How you doing? Let's start this YouTube channel. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Victoria. If you know me from Book Talk, then I am Annie. You can call me either one. I don't necessarily care. Annie is a nickname that I got from my family and it just kind of pulled over into TikTok, but my name is Victoria. I'm a mechanical engineer analyst that works on HVAC systems, so reading is definitely a opposite and escape for me that I don't think that I would have any other way. I have a dog named Belle. She is technically named Tinkerbell, but we call her Belle, who Tinkerbell and Belle from Disney are two of my favorite characters, so I'm glad that I could name her both, so to speak. Because this is my first YouTube video, I wanted to do the BookTube newbie tag, and I have the questions down in the description if you would like to go and look at them ahead of time, but let's get started. Number one is, why did you start this channel? I have been watching BookTube for as long as I can remember. I've always been too afraid to get in front of the camera and start to try and form a community and talk to people about books. And then at the end of 2023, I decided to take a crack at it, but start small. So I started posting on TikTok and I formed a little community of 2,600 beautiful souls who like to listen to me talk about books. So I decided that now with the impending TikTok ban, it's time to expand and continue to talk about books on YouTube and this amazing platform. Question number two, what are some fun and unique things that I will be bringing to YouTube? I take great inspiration from many booktubers that are already on this platform, and one of my favorite things to watch, which means that I hope that it will be one of my favorite things to create, is themed reading vlogs. I love to look at my shelves and see how I can make books look together and find ways to tie things together that may not look like they would be on the same shelf if you were to go to a bookstore. And so I want to be able to make themed vlogs that way, to be able to make reading more fun for myself, but also have unique ways to showcase that to you all. I also love to go out and explore new places, so hopefully there'd be some travel / experience vlogs kind of thing, but also sit down videos like this where I can just talk to you guys directly and answer any questions you may have. Question number three, what am I most excited for this YouTube channel? I think the biggest thing that I am excited about is being able to talk to more people about books and be able to learn how to edit more. I took a very backseat to my editing when I came to TikTok. I literally only would edit my videos in the app, and so now that I'm having to do things externally from what YouTube can provide, I'm having to learn, and I enjoy that as an adult. I haven't been able to learn as much since I've left college, so I think that now is the right time to pick up a new hobby and learn how to edit some videos. Question number four, why do you love reading? I love reading because it's a way for me to escape reality. I'm able to go to different worlds and experience things that I may not experience. I love reading from marginalized communities and finding a connection and voice that I may not know because I'm too afraid to ask. Reading stories from people who I may not talk to on a regular basis is a great way to make that connection when I'm able to have that confidence to talk to people. Also, reading is an escape for the ones who don't feel like they want to talk to anybody. They find connection within the characters that they see on the page. And I deeply resonated with that, so I just have always had the love for reading. Question number five. What book series got you into reading? Of course, I might say the stereotypical Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, all of those things that are great and I do absolutely love. But I think the one that truly got me into serious reading when I was in high school was the Selection series by Kira Cass. I adore anything that this woman writes. I have read every single one of her books. They're all up on the shelf. But this series specifically, I need to do a reread at this point because it's been so many years, but I love it. It gave me such an escape, and I loved all of the ball gowns and the treachery and the magic of it all, and I highly recommend this series if you have not read it. Question number six. What question would I ask my favorite booktubers? So let's start off by naming them. I have Books and Lala, I have Completely Melanie, I have Haley in Bookland, which she hasn't been posting as much, but that is fine because she is still one of my favorites and one of my comfort creators. All three of these women specifically have gotten me through being able to watch and give me so many ideas and ways to make my reading more fun by watching Books and Lala with her creative vlogs about finding ways to put books together in a different light that you may not see. By one of her newest ones was reading books that have eyeballs on the cover. Like, you don't think about stuff like that unless you have such a creative mind as she does. And I think one of the questions that I would have for her is just, how do you come up with it all? How do you look at your shelves and become inspired by what you see? Is just insane. From Completely Melanie, I love the inspiration that she has gotten from Becca and the books, which I also love. I love them. I love her so much. But her inspiration to have all of her TBR games, those are my most entertaining ones to watch, and I love them so much. And I think the question that I would have is, can I play? Please, can I play? For Haley in Bookland, I don't think I necessarily have any questions. I've been watching you for so many years, and I just want you to know that you're an amazing inspiration if you ever actually watch this. Question number 7. What challenges would be the hardest for BookTube? I think my hardest challenge is learning how to edit. I'm still very much learning how to cut to make things more natural, and also being able to know how I can help myself in filming to help future me editing. I know that I have a hard time with trying to make things look seamless because the way that I act naturally does not edit very well because of my movements. And so I think I have to learn how to stay mostly in the same spot when I mess up so that I can cut, paste, and all of those things if I do mess up. Question number 8 is, when did I start reading? I started reading when I was in the 4th grade, like truly reading. My parents really wanted me to be a reader, or at least be more of a reader than I was connected to technology. And so my mom made the executive decision that I had to read the Harry Potter books if I wanted to watch them. So I read all of them in the 4th grade so that I could watch the movies, because she just wanted to make sure that none of the scarier things that she had already read about or had seen in the movies, that I wouldn't be as afraid of. So I think her biggest thing of not letting me watch The Chamber of Secrets was the basilisk, and so she wanted me to go in prepared and informed by reading the book and knowing what was going to happen. But I can thank her for the fact that I will now always read the book before I watch the movie. Question number 9 is, where do you read? I am a big advocate for listening to audiobooks. I love to tandem read, or to like mixed reading, where you have an audiobook playing as you're reading physically, so that if I need to get up, to clean, to drive, to go for a walk, for whatever, I can still have the book going and be able to stop physically reading when I have to, but I can still consume the story all the time. So I will read pretty much anywhere. My favorite places to read are, of course, on my big comfy reading chair, but also I love to read on trains, planes, cars, because of the accessibility that audiobooks give me. I tend to have motion sickness, so reading in a moving vehicle is not always the easiest thing. So when I start to feel motion sickness, it's really easy and really great that I'm allowed to close my book but continue to consume the stories that I so graciously want to consume. And our last question of this video are, what kinds of books do I like to read? So the genres that I specifically like to read are fantasy, romance, and sci-fi. A combination of those three are definitely the ones that I gravitate to the most, but I am also a part of a few book clubs that allow me to dip into the genres that I wouldn't normally pick up. Some of my favorite books were found that way, and I know that I need to branch out my reading from those three genres, but I know what I like, so I might as well stick the majority of my reading into those genres and just continue to find favorites within the genre that I know that I love. If you have any more questions about me or about the books that I like to read, please let me know down in the comments, and maybe I'll make a video about it. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe and stick around. Bye!